I wanted to show you this mini album I made. It's one of the basic gray Flourish edged albums, and this is an album I made about our journey to Miami. When you're doing an album with a fancy edge like this, the most important thing, in my opinion, is to have a new blade in your craft knife and a glass mat to do your cutting. Craft knives work so much better on glass mats. They just glide across the surface and they cut really nice edges. So what I did is I wallpapered the pages of the chipboard album in pattern paper, and I did a lot of embellishments with stamping. And around each page I doodled a black line. On the parts of the pages that were paper, I just used a regular gel pen, and then if the black line went over a picture, I used an American Crafts Slick Writer. So these stamps are from a travel set from Oriental Trading Company, and that's my husband, and that's my teddy bear, who's been with me for quite a while. He gets into a lot of pictures. Here you can see the grid paper that I use in a ton of my videos. I do probably 80% of my journaling in my own handwriting on this grid paper. My handwriting is kind of all over the place. It's hard for me to be in a straight line, so that's why I love this grid paper. Here with this chipboard letter, I actually didn't use the letter itself. I used the chipboard that the letter was attached to, and I backed it with patterned paper. I really like the way that looks, and it gives you twice as many letters in an alphabet if you can do that. So, and then here's just more of that black line that I doodled. And there you can see where I use the Slick Writer on the picture. And Slick Writers are really good for pictures. They're like stays-on. They dry very fast, and they stick to pretty much everything. So here is more stamping, and another one of those chipboard letters where I used the negative space instead of the letter itself. And my husband pretending to play video games with an empty box. And see, here you can see where my handwriting's a little kind of up and down, and that's why I like using grid paper. But the black line I continued on this page. I continued it through the entire album, and I think it really ties it together. There's Teddy again, making an appearance. This star I cut out at my local scrapbook store and used their die cut machine for this star, and the star's on the next page. I don't have any kind of die cutting machine or electronic cutter, so occasionally when I want a shape like that, I will use the machine at the store. And here's some more of those stars. And you can see at the top of the grid paper where I distressed the edge and did some more stamping. And pretty much all the stamping in this book, I believe, was done with black stays-on ink. So there's the sort of ragged edge. And again, notice that the black line is continued on, and I think it really frames the whole thing. These are the vinyl thickers from American Crafts. A picture of me and my husband and me rather, and I left plenty of space for journaling towards the end because I wanted to have my thoughts. And here, you see I used a lot of chipboard accents, and there's that black line again. and some more of the grid paper. And here's one of those Scenic Route arrows. They always have a page of die cut arrows in all of their paper collections, and I distressed it with some pink ink. And then here's just some more pictures from us getting settled in, enjoying Miami. And I had planned to do some journaling on those spots, but then they ended up being too intense for my taste. So that's my mini album, and it was a lot of fun to do. I had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thanks!